Hello, hello. Today we're going to talk about a social media marketing schedule. We're going to talk about why you should schedule social media, and I will offer some free and low-cost ways to accomplish that. So, if you're new to my videos, then welcome. My name is Maria. I am a serial entrepreneur. I absolutely love to help people learn to start a business and grow it into a successful enterprise that allows them to live the kind of life that they want to live. So let's get started. Why should you schedule social media? First of all, it saves time. Second, it keeps you from getting distracted. If you're doing a whole block of social media tasks all in one go, you're not going to be thinking about 50 different ones all at once, and you're not going to have to stop in the middle of something and say, uh-oh, I got to do an Instagram post or I have to do a Facebook post. It also eliminates overwhelm because again, you're not thinking about so many things at once. And this is especially if you want to have a presence on a lot of platforms. Also, it gives you a presence when you're not at your computer. So you can go to the beach or take an evening off or even a weekend off and all of your stuff will go out as scheduled so you don't have to worry about it. It also builds your brand and reputation. People like consistency and they like to see that you're online. So scheduling allows you to be online even when you're not. It also helps increase your trust level and value to prospective customers, which is important. Okay, getting started. And this is just an overview video, so we're not going to get into the little nitty-gritty. But first of all, think that people like original content. It's fine to share pictures and memes and posts, and sometimes that's appropriate, but people really like things that are original. So what I do, instead of just sharing them directly, I will save interesting content to a folder on my computer, and then I will use that content to post at different times. I use them as kind of like ideas. I don't just strictly copy unless it's really, really good. Also, I work in batches and save completed content to be scheduled. For instance, if I'm going to make a series of memes, I might do that in an afternoon, or if I'm going to write a bunch of posts, I might do that in an afternoon. And then I can just copy and paste and get them scheduled when it's time to schedule them. I also batch my scheduling so that I'll sit there maybe on a Sunday and schedule for the entire week. So, the next thing I want to talk about is copying and plagiarizing. Don't do it. Use others' works as inspiration. Remember, you're building a relationship with your prospects and customers, and if all you do is copy other people's work, you're not going to do anything to build your own relationship. So, I mean, obviously, if you're using a direct quote, then credit the author. That makes sense. But you can also rework quotes and take the essence of them and put them in your own words to make your own post out of it and add your unique perspective. Also, it's good to use your own pictures. Even if I find a meme that I really like and I'm going to use the quote over again, I'll still put it on a different picture. People especially like lifestyle shots and they like nature shots and they like things that look less professional and more personal, if that makes sense. So you don't want to just copy some stock photo if you can find something that looks more personal, or better yet, take it yourself. If you're horrible at taking pictures and you just cut everyone's head off and you make everything look terrible, then there's a whole bunch of royalty-free pictures at these websites. And I also want to take this opportunity to let you know that in the description there is a PDF file that has all sorts of notes, these websites, extra information, so that you'll find it helpful, so download that. Okay, how to schedule. Again, this is an overview. We're not going to get into all the nitty-gritty, but we're going to talk about how to schedule now. There are websites and services that can schedule for you, and some of them do have some free services, but their free ones are very limited. So check them out if you want to, and we're going to talk about them later on in this video. And if you want to try the paid services, if you have the budget for it, and if you just think it's going to be a real time saver, then go for it. But I would try several of them to see what you like. Okay, let's get into Facebook first. We're going to go over several social media sites. So Facebook is very widely used for business, and I always recommend that people use a Facebook business page to develop your business and your brand. Now, it's a little counterintuitive because your personal page is probably where you have all your friends and you know everybody, and if you're building a business page from scratch, it's going to feel a little bit lonely over there, especially if you're not doing paid advertising to get people to look at your business page. But you have to look at a business page as a long-term thing. You know, you're going to build it, people are going to start following you, you're going to be posting to your personal page, you know, sharing those posts, and you're looking at building a long-term following, not a short-term thing here. So I would say use your personal page, but also really concentrate on building your business page as well. Also respond to comments and messages quickly. There's nothing like trying to message somebody about something you're interested in and not hearing back for a few days or a week or never. So the more quickly you can respond to people, the more engaged your audience is going to be. Also create a combination of pictures, videos, memes, quotes, and questions to keep variety going on your page and to keep it interesting. And on your Facebook page, your business page, you can actually schedule posts directly. It's super easy to do. So you just start creating a post like I did here, and then down at the bottom, you're going to click the arrow next to publish, and you're going to get a little menu, and you just schedule it. I believe that you can schedule up to 6 months out, so you can do quite a lot of scheduling, and I often will do, I've done up to a month at one time before. But usually I'll do about a week to 2 weeks worth of scheduled posts. And just to let you know, I don't do only scheduled posts, I also do live updates. But on those days when you just can't get to your computer, you're busy doing other things, it's nice to know you've got a few posts going out, whether you're doing them or not. Okay, let's move on to Instagram. Instagram is a live-only platform. You can't schedule posts unless you use a few paid services that actually do let you schedule posts. But we're going to do this the free way for now. So what I did is I made an album on my phone, and I had memes and pictures that I wanted to post to Instagram. And then all I did is a few times a day, I would just pick one of them and post it to Instagram. Really super easy because they were already there. I would set myself a phone reminder, especially on busy days, and then I didn't have to worry about it, and it took like 30 seconds. You can also cross-post to both Twitter and Facebook right from your Instagram account, so it makes it super easy to get 3 social media platforms covered all at once. Now let's go on to Twitter. I mostly post to Twitter from my Instagram account, so I don't worry about it too much. However, there are things that I will post directly. For instance, I will manually post YouTube links and other links that aren't coming directly from Instagram. And I really like Twitter because it's a different kind of platform, and I think Twitter works better if you can be kind of entertaining and a bit witty, or sometimes even a bit sarcastic depending on who your audience and what your subject is. But people really like that kind of short, quipped conversation on Twitter, so keep that in mind when you're writing posts. Also on Twitter, I don't do a ton of offers. Like, I don't spam with offers. Instead, I try to post interesting content that will then lead them back to other sites where the offers are. For instance, I might post a link to a YouTube video, and then in the YouTube video, I'll have a link to my offer. Hope that makes sense. Speaking of YouTube, let's go on to YouTube. I keep a running list of potential subjects, and then I will sit down once or twice a week and I'll make a bunch of videos. And sometimes, like my Mindset Minute videos, I'll just go off the cuff and just do video after video after video after video after video. And I may do 20 or 30 videos in one sitting. And then, of course, a lot of them will get deleted because, you know, I mess up and stuff. But a lot of them will get kept. And then also, if I'm doing a series, I may do 2 or 3 of those videos in a series all at once. So it's easier for me if I have my list and then I sit down and do the videos all at once. And this is especially important if you're setting up a studio or you want to have a certain look, wear a certain outfit, do your hair a certain way. It's just easier to do if you batch it. Speaking of equipment, you don't have to start with fancy equipment. I just use my cell phone for now, and honestly, when I started YouTube, I didn't know if I was going to do YouTube or not. Like, I was trying it, but I wasn't all that thrilled about it because I didn't want to be on video, and I think a lot of people feel that way. So I decided not to invest in fancy equipment until I was more serious about it. And I would suggest that you do the same thing. So also use a mix of videos of yourself talking and screen capture videos for variety and to fill different needs. You could also do like demonstration videos, for instance, if you're making cookies or something like that, where you have the camera set a little bit farther away and you're actually, showing people how to do things. I think people like variety, and that mixes it up a little bit, and then you can use different types of videos for different things and also make them different lengths. Unless your subject is very, very interesting, nobody's going to listen to you for an hour, so I would probably make them shorter. And depending on the video, you may have videos that are 1 or 2 minutes long, they may be 5 minutes, they may be 10 minutes, so different lengths for different things. Okay, screen capture videos. Screen capture videos films your screen, and that's what I'm doing here. I have a screen capture video, and it captures your voice for narration. The software that I use has picture-in-picture, so I can put myself in the corner or anywhere in the screen that I want, which is a little bit more personal. And there are free and low-cost options that you can use to make screen capture videos. You don't have to buy a program. And in the PDF that's in the description, I actually have some links and some information on those programs. If you want to become a serious YouTuber or do a lot of screen capture videos, if you're doing courses, or training videos, then look into something like Camtasia Studio, which is what I use now. But I didn't start there. I upgraded to there because that's kind of expensive. All right. The other thing, and I get this a lot, is I'm afraid to record videos. I don't want anyone to see me. So I'm going to actually do an entire series on that exact thing, but for now, let me give you a couple tips. First, just get out your phone and record short videos about nothing important. You can stick it in your car if you have one of those car like dash mount things, and just hit record when you're in traffic or at a red light or driving down the street, and just say anything you want. Rant about something, talk about how to make a sandwich, do a product review for your toaster or for your car, give your opinion. It just doesn't matter, you get it. You just want to do videos, hit record, say something, hit stop, hit record, say a few things, hit stop, just to get comfortable being on camera. Then this is the important next step. Watch your video multiple times, like 50 times or more. Watch it over and over and over, and then when you're done, just delete it. Nobody needs to know. The point is to do it until you get so comfortable you just don't care anymore. And you're totally fine with making videos. Now, I understand that doing a live video on Facebook or YouTube is different than pre-recording, and that doing a video that you are going to then post to Facebook or YouTube, but you get a little bit more timid about it perhaps. But these first videos are really just to get you started, and who knows, you may even do one that you like so much you do want to post it, and you'll be much more relaxed because you're not under that pressure, oh, I gotta post this. Alright, how to schedule YouTube videos. There's really not a direct way to schedule them, but what you can do is upload videos as private videos, meaning no one can see them but you, and then schedule a time to make them public later. It's useful if you're working in the middle of the night or if you have to go away for the weekend and you want your videos to come out at a certain time. I found an article on Google on how to do this. It was a really good article, and I put the link to that article in the PDF that is in the description. So email marketing. It's not technically social media, but email is still one of the absolute best ways to reach your prospects and customers. A good email program has broadcast, autoresponder, and list segmenting, among other features. So you want to look for a service that's going to have all the different things you want. And you also want to look for one that integrates with your marketing platform or program. For instance, I'm involved with a program. It uses a specific email service, and when I integrate with that email service, it just makes it so much easier because I can just plug in their pre-written emails and it just works seamlessly. Speaking of pre-written emails, if they're available, then use them. But work on learning the skills to create your own. You want to learn copywriting, but if you're new to email marketing, having a really good pre-written set of emails is priceless in my opinion. So if you're looking for a marketing program or something to promote, one of the things you want to look at is their pre-written emails. Okay, social media scheduling software. The tips I gave you before were about if you want to do it the totally free way, but some people like to use social media scheduling software, and I get that. It has advantages. First of all, you can save time by scheduling and posting to multiple platforms at once, including Instagram. Disadvantages is that it makes it really easy to just never engage because you just schedule a bunch of posts and you never actually go to those platforms and respond to comments and messages, and your audience will eventually lose interest. So even if you are using these platforms, you still need to go to the actual platforms and engage with your audience. Cost can also be a disadvantage. Many of these services have a free trial, and if you're interested, I would definitely take advantage of the free trial, or they have limited free services. But you generally have to pay for their good stuff, and it can get really pricey. So what you need to do is evaluate your time spent posting to the cost of the platform and see if it's worth it to you. So if your time is worth $50 an hour and you spend 10 hours a week scheduling and doing social media stuff, then you've spent $500. Let's say you just spend 2 hours a week. You spent $100 a week or $400 a month. If you can get a social media scheduling software program for $30 or even $50 a month, and it's going to cut your 2 hours a week down to 30 minutes a week, then it's worth it. Make sense? So I put some links in the PDF to those as well. So here are my final thoughts on scheduling social media. It is a great way to connect with your prospects and customers, and scheduling saves time, maintains your presence when you're not online, and helps you be consistent and gain trust with your audience. What I would do is not try to cover everything, but pick a couple platforms and master those before adding more. What I would say is pick the one you use the most anyway, because that's what you're going to be most familiar with it. And use my tips above or figure out your own ways of scheduling so that you can maintain your presence even when you're not really present. Finally, have fun with it, but don't let it take over your life. One of the whole reasons that many people want to have their own business is so that they can have freedom of time and lifestyle. And if you end up just trading in your day job for spending all of your time on social media, you really haven't gained anything in the way of freedom. So you want to look towards social media as a tool, but don't let it take over your life. Schedule what you can, batch the rest so that you can get more done more efficiently, and then get off the darn computer and go live. Alright, that was it. Final thoughts. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and ring the bell icon to get notifications. And I would love a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I wish you all the success in the world.